Yo, 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 how's it going, ladies and gentlemen? This is the Inner Minds podcast, and we coming with you live on episode 3. And I would like to give a thanks to everybody that tuned in to the first 2 episodes, the comments, the support that people gave us. It truly means a lot, and I love it to death, man. I cannot explain how much you guys are changing my life and, just my insight of how to make this happen. And it's so amazing, man. I want to appreciate everybody from my family, my friends, my, new people, fans out there in the world that's, participating in our podcast. We're fairly new. So it's like we don't got 500 episodes. We're only on episode 3. And I'm live with my boy.
Annyeonghaseyo. How y'all doing? It's Star Dragon. Questley Washington here. Glad to be back. Thank you guys.
Yes, sir. And it means so much to us. And we definitely going to be bringing more content every Wednesday. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, comment your thoughts on our podcast. But be sure to subscribe. You know what I'm saying? We're trying to bring the subscribers up and them likes up. So just run it up and follow our Instagram page at Inner Minds Podcast. And we post all of our stuff on there. Any news, update, reels, all that good stuff. So it's truly a blessing to be where we at now, because we both enjoy doing this. Ain't that right, Quest?
Hey, man, it's good times. You know what I'm saying? A year ago, wasn't even thinking about podcasts. And then out of nowhere, it's funny where life takes you. When opportunities come, opportunity meets preparedness. And we prepared. And we're going to run with this, and we ain't looking back. So all hats off to everybody out there that took the time to listen, took the time to watch. We really appreciate you guys. And it's thanks to y'all. We're going to continue to grow and
every
really
day
shed the light on what real everyday people feel, what real everyday people go through. I'm saying? We all get starstruck and concerned about what celebrities are talking about and what they views on stuff, but at the end of the day, come on, it don't even matter what they think.
Man,
they all entertainment.
We the heir to the new era. I tell everybody that we the heir to the new era. This is the Inner Minds podcast. This is a platform where everybody can just come vibe with us and, hear what we have to say. And we try to cover the most interesting, trending, most life-changing topics when we talk about our stuff. So like our family and friends, when they view it, they be like, oh, okay, I can actually sit here and watch this for 30 minutes. But, it's just we just do our thing. And it's so crazy the amount of success. Excuse me, I just burped. Success of the second video, man. 5.6K views in less than 4 days. Yo, I salute y'all and I thank you guys for all the love, man. That was very eye-opening, and I very much appreciate it to the bottom of my heart, man, because you guys are helping us grow. And we always going to come every Wednesday at 7 p.m. to come out with new content for our viewers, our subscribers, and new subscribers. So it's such a blessing, the little success we're having right now. It's not major, but it's going to be major. We're going to look back one day. We're going to sit there and be like, yo, let's go back to the first video, second video, third video. And, it's going to be crazy how, far we come. The scenery will change. As you can see, I changed the background a little bit because, the phones was getting too sticky to the wall. So I was like, let me just take that down. And it's such a blessing to be here, and I got my partner in crime. We talk every day, and it's surely good. And we don't let anything like dismantle our focus. We're so focused on making this happen, and we don't let anything block us. And I see the critics, and I see the hate. Hate comes with everything, and in my mind, these people are just envious, or they just don't get what we're talking about. But they're still tuning in. They're still hating on us. And I appreciate those comments because it opens up my eyes to like different things that I can be doing and different things that I can be saying, or how I can change up this podcast. And jealousy and envy, it's like the worst, bro. Like, it's just the worst. Why, yo? Why you gotta jealous and envy, bro? Like, it don't make no sense, man. I understand we live in this world where everybody want to be successful. You know, that's their main goal. You got people living lives like drug dealing, gang banging, lawyers, doctors, school teachers, entrepreneurs, businessmen. You got all types of people, all types of occupations. And it's like, why would you take 10 seconds out of your day to come over here and be saying envious comments? I mean, it's just boosting me up to create better content. But I never understood why jealousy and envy comes along with, you know, people around us. Like, why does it have to go that far to where people don't understand the life you live in, and people that don't get what we trying to bring out, or they see our videos and then they just like, yo, garbage. I understand that, garbage.
Yeah, I mean, it comes with the territory.
I understand that, garbage.
Everybody ain't gonna like the same thing. I mean, that's just how it is, and that's okay. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes you can create something without, you know, let's say, assuming that everyone's gonna like it. I mean, you can create entertainment. You can make a song. Not everyone's gonna feel it. I can direct and write a movie. Not everyone's gonna like it. Well, that's fine. There are certain things that are created to the world that actually everyone will like, or because it's useful, like a product. You know, I doubt back in the day when the first light bulb was invented and cities were getting illuminated, that there was some motherfucker with a candle like just hating on electricity.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Because some things are more practical that no one can deny, that nobody can hate on.
Yeah.
Unless it's because of trying to stop progress, or trying to stop because I got something that's useful to the world and I'm making all this money. And now there's a new product that's out there and it's going to jeopardize my gain financially because it's something new out there. But that new thing is something that's practical and useful for every human being on this planet. Mm-hmm. So it's different when it comes to artistic, what you bring into the world, because it's always going to be, you know, succumb to skepticism. And that's fine because, again, what you do is not really meant for everybody. Yeah. No matter how much in your heart.
You can't please everybody.
Yeah, you want everybody to love it. You know, like, hell, I don't like motherfucking pickles. I can't stand pickles. But that don't mean the dude that created like sliced pickles in a bag or some shit is going to be like, well, you know, some people ain't going to like it because there's still millions that's he going to make his bread selling sliced pickles in a fucking bag. You know, so it's all good. You know, if people want to hate, people want to say, you know, slick shit, that's cool because I'm just that type of dude too. When I watch something or I see something in my head, I'm thinking of some slick shit because I'm just a smart ass naturally anyway, you know what I'm saying? Or I'm not gonna say like I'm a born hater, but it's okay. You know, negative shit, that's fine. But now there's a fine line of negativity and like real hate. Like you cannot like me because the way I look or where I'm from or
like a hate crime.
You know what I'm saying? Something like that, then that's different. But if you just want to be, you know, judging, critiquing the output, and you got some slick, that's all good. Shit, it ain't gonna bother me because fuck it. You know what I'm saying? It's all good.
Yeah, and it's like you can actually take anything in this world and like I'm all about an energy. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Anything that you bring into this world is gonna come back to you.
Yeah.
So if you sit there and take the time to actually bring negativity to this world, if you're complaining about little stuff, because there's major things going on in this world, and there's people just like, yo, you're still alive. Both of your eyes are opening.
Yeah,
when you wake up in the morning, thank God. You know what I mean? Like, thank that you're still here.
Yeah.
And, you know, how can you pursue anything in your day to make it positive? Don't come around and criticize somebody that they're doing. Because this is something that I believe in. You know, you believe in.
It's weird because happiness is more of a mental thing.
Yeah.
Like, back in the day, I used to view like if I had this, if I had that, it'll make me happy.
Mm-hmm.
And then I would get that, and it was cool for a minute. Or like, remember when you was a kid and you beg your parent like, yo, I want this, I want that, and they're like, look, you don't need that. But let's say the time comes and you get that material object. How much do you love it? Where within days you move on to something else.
Yeah.
So
it just don't make no sense at all. But like this one incident it happened about a month or a few months ago. Young Dolph, the way he was providing for his city of Memphis,
Yeah.
He was trying to when he first came out, he was trying to sign with Yo Gotti's label, but he looked at it, he ain't like it, you know what I mean? So he started his own thing, whoever he signed to. I forgot who he signed to. But he got shot at 2 times. One in LA, and he got hit, and he recovered from it. He was okay. He got shot again in Charlotte, and they shot up his car about 100 times. Dang. And that was I believe it was a black youngster. He turned himself in. He was like, yo, that was him, and people hated on him because his first project, I think, was called King of Memphis. So it's like this city that you representing, and like you come to this city frequently. So that then the third time he go out and buy some cookies at his favorite spot. I think it's called Micadias or something like that. Yeah. And it's like, people will hate you and they envy you and they just want you silenced. They call you and they be like, yo, he's at the cookie spot. Yeah. Go ahead and gun him down. They don't think about nothing but just having them gunned down. Yeah. And it's like, what's the reason into making those moves? Why? Yeah. I understand people have their personal issues, like personal beefs. Yeah. And but these people are mainstream people. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, it's weird because when we think of cold-blooded assassination, like let's put it in perspective, cartels. Yeah. When they assassinate a motherfucker, there's a clear line reason to silence you because you in the way of my progress, of my empire, my money. Or competition, as far as real OGs. Yeah. There's a fine line of a financial win and loss. It's not just because, I don't like something you said a year ago, or, you know what I'm saying? Or you think you the man, so now I got to kill you. So there's a fine line and a difference between, like you're talking about, jealousy and envy. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, but that goes back to not valuing life.
Not at all.
You know what I'm saying?
Not at all.
And immaturity, or in a way, too much access to weapons.
Yeah, it's like they got a lot of time on their hands or something, just to sit there and hate somebody. Yeah. But do you think that was
I
right?
can hate somebody so much, which really I rarely, pretty much never do, because me coming up, I never really had to worry about like people being jealous of me, because my nature is more of a giver. So I always showed all my friends through all the circles, all this love and support. When they need me, I was always there. Sometimes I went out of my way to look out for people. That's why, like in Raleigh, when I was going to school, dudes had a nickname for me. They would just call me Love. Yeah. That was the name they gave me because I always just show love to people. That's just the way I am. Even though I say shit and but my pure nature is just to be kind to people, Mainly. So I never got hate towards me because I never really crossed people like that. I was just a happy dude internally, mentally. I was at peace with myself, even though whatever, shit's going on in my life or my family situation, whatever the case is, every day I wake up, I still was at peace with myself. And then that it reverberated outwards to the way I treat people. I never ever did anybody maliciously. I never thought shit like dogmatically, like, yo, I never forced things on people. I just, hey, what can I do for you? Yeah. And sometimes at my own fault of loss, of always doing that. And then that goes back to episode 1 when I said, at time you got to cut people off and do for you. Because I can't just always be the one always doing for everybody all the time. True. Because then I'm sacrificing. Something's got to give when I'm doing that shit. And y'all know what I'm talking about.
But you really think that it's never right to kill anybody, but you think that Dolph situation. Like, he had no security.
Yeah, I mean,
he was just out there by himself.
Unless you at war or you defending your life because someone's actually trying to kill you, then yeah. But if we do it based on emotion because of arguments or, split reaction because of some shit we don't like, then we're no different than the animals.
It's not right.
Actually, we're not better because when animals kill, they kill for a purpose. It's to eat.
Yeah. Circle of life.
So as humans, unless you in a way of me eating or, you know what I'm saying, then that's different. Like we talk about some other shit, street shit, like, but just because... No, you know what I'm saying? Then that's just petty, it's childish, and then we ain't no better than animals out there. And that's why a lot of people say they like their dog or their cat better than fucking around hanging out with some of their friends.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, you get pure love from your pet, and then every time you try to venture out and kick it with some other people, always comes some dumb shit, some bullshit.
Man,
what do you know?
It's a sad thing, man. All I want to say is R.I.P. to Young Dolph. R.I.P. to Snootie Wild and XXS Tentacion, Juice WRLD, everybody in the hip hop community that we lost in the past couple of years, from Piggy, Tupac, Big L, Pun, all the way back. We go all the way back. Yeah. So it's like the difference is what do you think the difference is in today's hip hop than old school hip hop? Do you think that it's dangerous to be a rapper nowadays?
I don't know. It's weird because I remember a time when I was coming up as a kid, most record labels weren't even acknowledging hip hop. A&Rs back in the day that was in control of certain genres of music weren't even thinking about hip hop as even a music form. That's how far we came as a culture of being more mainstream. It wasn't until they saw the commercial success, but as a culture, we did that. Our people did that. We grew it. We didn't need acceptance from all the radio stations and everything. We took it like, this is our thing. And then it slowly grew. And then when companies saw, this is financial, we can, boom, So back then it was more of trying to express yourself and grow. Nowadays, it's more like it's a commodity. It's a product. Some artists treat they whole videos like a Michael Bay movie where it's all endorsements and products and shit. I mean, seriously, some dudes, they bars sound like hooks, and it's just melodic. And I'm not trying to judge an artist's creativity level or, if that's you, that's you, because I still got respect for you guys because you're still keeping the culture alive, and that's great. But some of the newer guys know how much effort are you really putting into your craft? How much effort are you putting into your art when you sound like the next dude sound like the guy before him?
Yeah, it's like it's all the same.
Carbon copy of each other because it's easy.
Yeah, it's
instead
all
of
the
like
same.
really grinding as an artist. Really taking the time to write some shit. And it may not come easy. It took you a minute or two. It took you a while to master that delivery on that 16.
Yep.
Because that's work. But if it's just too easy, nobody is just that gifted. Because if you're so gifted and it's just so easy, then you're a human being. Nobody's just that gifted.
Yeah.
That means you're not having to test yourself and put in that much effort. So don't expect the world to, but some fans, if that's what they like, it's all good. It's just a matter of how far are we willing to push each other creativity to take it to the next level. And old school artists did that. Young guys, again, I ain't hating on y'all, you know what I'm saying? Do y'all thing, it's all good. But just don't get mad when people judge you and shit on you for your lack of creativity and effort on the mic. Don't get all your sensitive feelings hurt and this and that, because old school motherfuckers, we had no feelings. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't about feelings. Yeah. It was about like, yo, I'm an artist, I'm going to come hard, I'm going to do this, or I'm going to express myself, and if some people don't like it, it's all good, because we weren't concerned with trying to please the whole world, because again, back then, it wasn't even an accepted music form. Labels were like, you know what I'm saying? It really took other dudes to grind and push it, you know what I'm saying? Like, Def Jam, you know what I'm saying? Rick Rubin, Mr. Simmons. When other labels weren't giving no money, no advances for a hip-hop artist, radio stations were barely even trying to play hip hop. MTV back in the day weren't even doing hip hop videos. They'll quickly say, hey, New Edition, Michael Jackson, I got you. You know what I'm saying? And that's great pop. But as far as hip hop, I mean, just like LL Cool J's I'm Bad video, or a classic scene in the movie Crush Groove, where that was that moment when he went for the audition and he said, box. Big up to my boy Will. We watched that movie like every day back in the day, you know what I'm saying? But that moment when he said, no, you are going to hear me.
Yeah.
Don't tell me audition's over.
Yeah.
Boom, I'm going in,
It was
I'm
more
going hard.
aggressiveness.
You're going to hear me.
Then. Yeah.
Yeah. Not, what can I say so you can use me as some tool, some product, you know what I'm saying, to sell.
Yeah,
You
so
know what I'm
that's what I think about like today's hip hop. Back then, it was all about gangster talk and like you know, it was hardcore rap. And like nowadays, every decade rap change, hip hop changes. So they have to like create a new style for the new generation. It's always about the new generations because, you know, us being at the age that we are, we can always go back and play some music that was like, yeah, we survived to that when we was in our teens. So they got to create music for like people that's in their teens or or like 8-9 years old and they listen to music.
It's feel good music.
Yeah, it just, they have to create that new wave. But I really think that today's culture is more poison than actually trying to pursue a actual talent career. You know what I mean? Because, you know, sex sells. All the female rappers,
like Hollywood.
all the female rappers are sounding the same. Yeah. Most of them. Like I say about 80% of them. 20% of them, they got their own style. But most of them are sounding the same. Talking about twerking, booty, you know, sex.
Yeah, and it's weird because there was a time where we
like
had
that.
Palmadilla. We had a girl from Diggable Planets, Ladybug. We had, you know what I'm saying, we had Moni Love.
MC Light.
You know what I'm saying, MC Light.
Man.
Queen Latifah.
I wish I was alive back in those
Lauryn
days.
Hill. We had like, you know, and they were showcasing their skills of like actual spitting, and they didn't have to try to sell themselves sexually. But even like when you talk about the gangster rap thing, there was a time where you can have like 1 million kids in Grand Island, Nebraska. Total opposite of what gangbangers in LA going through. But to them, that 45 minutes he listened to the album, it's like an escape, a fantasy world of violence and boom, like a Hollywood movie.
Yeah.
You know, nobody watched The Godfather because they were so into the culture of American Italians and shit. We watched motherfucking Godfather because it was gangsters.
Yeah.
Scarface. You know, no one at the time when we were a kid, we all loved Everybody like, oh, Scarface. Say hello, my little friend, and all that shit. But none of that movie was really like anything about the culture of Cuban Americans coming to Miami in the early 80s. Hollywood knew that when they made that movie, but we all somehow loved it. So just like how we love those movies, you can't hate on some white boy loving some fucking NWA and he from fucking Minnesota in a fucking 6 feet of fucking snow because, again, it's entertainment. But again, there's a fine line of our culture, of taking shit serious as an artist, but you're also creating a product for people. So I really can't hate on the young boys because they're making a product.
Yeah. So that's my thing
for sale.
Of today's hip hop, and it's like I feel like today it is so hard to be a rapper because sometimes your personal beefs or your backstory of how you made it to that success, and then the jealousy and envy. Because most of these rappers nowadays, they get killed in their own city. We've seen that plenty of times. Yeah. So they get killed in their own city, and sometimes some of them are afraid to leave that street life because that's something that they're used to. They love the attention that they get in their own city, and it's like sometimes being your own city can be the most dangerous things
that's
to
the
your
difference
life.
Between growing as a man and being able to go out somewhere. I mean, it's a huge world. It's a big world out there.
Yeah.
I remember the first day I decided, fuck it, I'm gonna enlist in the Army and I'm gonna go travel the world and I'm gonna meet exotic women and get me a sports car. But it took a lot for me to say, it's easy to get up and just go hang out with all my friends, everybody I knew, you know what I'm saying, in Flushing and Queens or whatever. And I said, I just woke up and said, I'm gonna enlist. It's time to be a man and see the world. Yep. And go out there. And it wasn't because I had a wife at the time or I had a child to support. I was single, young, and then, I want more in my life. I'm going to enlist, sign up, send me the fucking basic training, give me my ruck and my rifle, and I'm out.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the difference.
Yeah,
I was willing to say I'm out of what my comfort zone is to put me somewhere else that I'm uncomfortable and have to adapt in life as a man. And always go back. I'm always going to show love to my fellow brothers and sisters in uniform, because we all made that choice to say, you know what? I'm out. Let's go see the world.
It's for the culture. You know
Get
what
out
I mean?
of my comfort zone. You know what I'm saying?
So my thing is, you know, we have to actually like design a new way how we promote ourselves as, you know, rappers and, you know, old school rappers. They already did their thing. And like the new school rappers, they're coming out and trying to establish themselves.
Yep.
So, you know, I really do feel like it's a dangerous job. But at the end of the day, if you just coming from the suburbs and you just want to rap, and you know, you don't have the most attention on you like that at all.
I mean, there was a time where there was a lot of gangster shit coming out that was hardcore. I mean, brutal hardcore. But then you also had Tribe Called Quest. You had De La Soul, the whole Native Tongue movement.
Legends.
That was, they still made iconic, you know, hip hop. That was like Hall of Fame hip hop music through the years, and it had nothing to do with the bullshit. But they still didn't, you know, like separate themselves from what life was. You know what I'm saying? But they still did it in another way of expressing themselves as artists, and that's why artists like that are timeless.
Yeah. So
And they never played themselves trying to be something they weren't. I remember the first Fugees album I heard, the Translator Crew. That whole album, Pras and Wyclef was trying to sound like Onyx. Because that's what the label was pushing at the time.
Yeah.
And then when they broke from that label, and then the Score album came, and they became to express themselves for who they was as artists. Pras, Wyclef, and Lauryn Hill. And that album is one of the greatest albums in hip-hop history. But go back and listen to the first album. Total different.
Yeah,
because of what label was trying to push, what they thought the people wanted.
That's actually a good example, and that's really good, man.
Yep.
And it's so crazy how things changed and evolved, and you know, we all have the difference that we want to make in our lives, and no matter what you do in this life, nobody can tell you no. Either you like making music, creating beats, you want to be a doctor, a lawyer, actor. Nobody can tell you no in this life. And it's just that way. You put that energy, that manifestation, and you're going to bring it to the world. This is how you are. And this is what you're going to bring. And the Inner Minds podcast is just the way we like to vibe on this channel, you know. This talk show is just us. And like every Wednesday at 7 p.m. when you guys tune in, you can hear what we have to say and the things that we're going to bring up, and you can quote anything that we're saying and bring it to light. It's all about the dreams that you're pushing and how you want to push it. And like, it's just crazy how today's hip hop is and how it was back in the day. Like, you can actually see the evolution of the craft. And it's like
keeping the culture alive, keeping it going.
It's gonna keep going that way.
You know, and I don't have to like everything that's out now, but I do always still pay homage and respect that they're keeping our culture alive. You know what I'm saying? From a thought of fad to a multi-million-dollar industry. People said it weren't gonna last, and we still going hip hop. You know what I'm saying? So
the birth.
Hats off to everybody
BX.
out there keeping our culture alive, our form of expression. One of the most purest forms of expression. You know what I'm saying? I mean, there's art, illustration, paintings, there's music, creativity, there's dance. So many forms of how you want to express how you feel. And
do it in a positive way.
And music is just one of them, because there's so many forms.
Yeah.
So hey.
Hats off to everybody that's pursuing their dreams. And this is the Inner Minds podcast. We are the ear to the new era, and we want to bring a new episode every week to you guys every Wednesday. So I'm thankful for everybody that's been tuning in with us, and everything that we covered today. It really means a lot to everybody that watch us from the 0.01 to all the way to 30 minutes, because we're only going to keep it 30 minutes. That's all we're going to do. And I want to thank everybody for your positive feedbacks, all the criticism, jealousy, and envy. And, you know, it's okay, because you know what? I accept everything that you guys are bringing me, because it's only going to make me evolve as a better person as I move on with my life and as I move on with this podcast. And it's going to be great. You know what I'm saying? And I have my boy over here.
Hey, how y'all doing again? Signing out. Star Dragon, Questley, Washington. Hey, see y'all next time.
And this is the Inner Mind Podcast. We coming to you live every Wednesday at 7 p.m. every week. So stay tuned to us. We out. We
Como
thank
so?
you.
Come stanida.